What's good, everybody? It's your boy Neeyooo here, and today we're actually about to look at some LamaArts animation. Today, if y'all remember the last video I did one for LamaArts, it had a hell of a good plot twist to it, so I actually liked it. So I figure I'm gonna go ahead and bring another one up to you. Again, I am a big fan of LamaArts, so y'all keep doing what y'all doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new ones. So this one is called A Christmas Eve Horror Story. Excuse me. And again, brought to you by LamaArts. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go.
Last year on Christmas Eve, I was working late. I'm 23. I work in New York City and commute home every day on the train. Since I'm one of the younger ones in the office, I got stuck with one of the worst shifts, so I wasn't able to get home until 5 o'clock.
Okay.
My family had already left a whole hour earlier to go to my cousin's house, so I had to drive alone. After having a quick snack before the half-hour drive, I got back in my car and put my cousin's address into my phone. Halfway through the drive, it started snowing. Cousin's house around 6 o'clock. It was snowing heavily by this point, and I just made it in time to catch everyone starting dinner. I brought all my gifts inside and cheerfully said hey to everyone. I stayed until around 11 o'clock. The rest of my family left a little sooner. I stayed an extra half hour or so just to hang out before leaving myself. By the time I was leaving, the ground had accumulated at least 2 feet of snow, and it wasn't even done snowing. The drive home was nightmarish. The roads were hardly even plowed, and I had to drive under 20 miles per hour on most roads. The roads were completely dead at this point though, most likely because everyone was smart enough to go home before the snow accumulated.
You should have thought about that
Eventually,
too.
I turned onto a main road that I'm sure would usually be bustling, but at 11:15 on Christmas Eve night, there wasn't a single car or a single light from a store. It was a ghost town. But then I did notice the flashing taillights of one car. It was parked on the side of the road, and the smoke seeping out from its exhaust with the taillights giving it a red tint. As I got closer, I realized there was somebody next to the car waving their hand in the air. I assumed something was wrong and they needed help. So, me being the good Samaritan I am, I pulled up behind the car. When I
apologize if it's lagging. It's like, again, it's not me, it's YouTube. I don't know what's going on with them, but yeah.
opened my door, the guy approached me immediately, barely even giving me time to step out.
Damn, my dude.
He was an average-sized man, probably 5'10", 180 pounds. He spoke in a very demanding voice, asking me if I know anything about fixing an engine. I told him I didn't know much about cars. The guy responded very quickly to everything I said. He told me it's fine. He went inside of his car for a second, popped open his trunk, came back out, and told me to just wait by the trunk for a second.
Wait by the trunk? What the hell are we waiting by the trunk for?
I had no idea what he wanted me to do. I was really confused. He walked over to the front of his car, and I heard him open the hood. I couldn't see anything he was doing since the trunk was blocking my view, and the loud wind of the snowstorm overpowered any small noises he might have been making. I put my hand on the back of the car and leaned my body in anticipation, when suddenly I heard 3 or 4 quick and aggressive footsteps in the snow behind me before I was pushed into the trunk.
What the f-
The man tried to close the trunk on me, but I kicked my feet up in resistance and held it up.
My dude, he's trying to kidnap you.
I was able to overpower him and kick the trunk open completely. As I took advantage of the few seconds I had to get out of the trunk, I took out my keys. He tried to grab me now, and I dug my house key right into his neck.
Oh,
he fell to his knees, and his scream echoed down the deserted street. I was in my car and halfway down the road before he could even get up from his knees. A little further down, I called 911 and reported the guy. I came back in 10 minutes to find blue and red lights illuminating the windows of the deserted stores. The police held him until the ambulance arrived for him. I watched the whole thing, and nothing ever felt better in my life. I got home safely half an hour later and told my family everything. I was still very shaken that Christmas, and this remains possibly the most horrific thing I've ever experienced.
Yo, that'll teach y'all. See, I'm a good Samaritan, but I ain't stopping for anybody. That's one thing, especially during the holidays. Not happening. Sorry, it's not happening at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people, because you go around, you run across people like that, and I ain't doing that. No, not happening. I don't, like I said, I don't mind trying to stop and help people. Don't mind it whatsoever. But when you got people like that, especially during the holidays, that's when the people get the most looniest and the most craziest. That's when people want to start doing stupid shit like that. Try to kidnap you for no reason because they think you have money, knowing you don't have any. Like I said, during the holidays, I'm not picking up nobody. I ain't trying to help out nobody like talking about, unless I know for sure that you're desperately in need of help. Other than that, I'm not doing shit for you. You're on your own. Period. Because, like I said, things like that happen. Especially things like that. That happens. And no, you're not about to catch me slipping. It's not happening. Shoot, Christmas Eve, that's when you have the most break-ins, the most rock. Not doing none of that. I'm going to see my peoples. I'm home before the lights come back on. And that's when I'm out going to look at Christmas, like I do have like a tradition that I do with my family. I go out look at the Christmas lights and things like that. If people still doing that, because I don't know what the hell's up with that now. Which I will. I might have a discussion about that one day, just a live discussion, just to see what y'all think. But again, like I said, no. So now y'all learn to be careful during the holidays because you might have stuff like that might actually happen. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Like I said, that excellent video as always, LamaArts. I appreciate that. The link for that video will be in the description below. And I hope y'all enjoyed the videos. Please be able to comment, like, or subscribe. And like I said, anything y'all want to watch or see me react to, anything, jump scares, whatever, leave it in the comments below. In the meantime, between time I see when I see y'all, at your boy. Peace.